Hey there, my bone broth is done and I want to show you how I get it ready for eating, drinking, and dog food. That's right, I said it, dog food. Here's the Instant Pot, done. Get this out of my way. Move it way over there. Let me tilt it a little bit to show you. Yum. Now I want to get the bay leaf out. Bay leaves, I have two of them. I just see one here right now. Throw it in the sink for now. Here's all the bones. They're very, very soft, and this bone broth is quite gelatinous. And generally speaking, I do drink 2 of the quarts homemade bone broth. I'm having a hard time finding it. It is what it is. So I'm going to move this guy over a little bit so it's easier on me. And I'll show you what I do to transfer it in the sink, just to make it easy for the video purposes. I have my stock pot. I have this little strainer, doohickey, holes on the bottom, not on the sides, and gingerly, because it's hot, but I do have the silicone pads. I'm going to move this guy over. Ooh, kind of tricky. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. Oh, yes, it's tricky. Here we go. Pour it in there. Super hot. And wait till you see what I do with the bones and the meat. Now, I did not have any chicken breasts in, put this over right now, chicken breasts in my freezer, because the last time I made the chicken breasts for Ladybug, I dehydrated the chicken breasts, and all I have is frozen chicken thighs. So it is what it is. Bones. I'll have to find that there, that bay leaf is, that little sneak. Get rid of that guy. That's done. Put my bones back in the Instant Pot. Now I'm done with this. I've already strained it for right now. We're making dog food without the extra meat. Sorry, Ladybug. Guess I'll have to get some tomorrow after church. I'm filming this on Saturday, but you guys will be seeing this on Sunday. Here goes. Boat motor. Ooh. Turn that on. Make sure she's up all the way. Kick it in high gear. And I smashed all the bones up. I probably should have put a little bit of the bone broth in there just to liquefy it, but it's my paws and my dog is eating it. She gets the meat that's whatever's in here. Usually, typically with the bones that I have, there is some meat still attached. I take it off with the fork when I put it in my freezer. And I smash the daylights out of it. It's going to take a couple of minutes. I just don't want to turn the camera off and then turn it back on. But I also don't want to drag this on either. So it pulverizes it relatively quick. But remember, these bones are very soft in their own right. I sucked out all the minerals out of there for my bone broth and leaving behind the nutrients and the meat for Ladybug. this processed dog food. You call it whatever you want to. This is my processing. Okay, just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to throw this over here. I'm going to show you. There we go. Yeah, it's a little hot. There we go. I'm going to have to, after the video's over, smash it up a little bit more, but I want to be timely about it too. Probably should have done this first. Let me rinse this guy out real quick. Because usually, after I'm done with bone broth, I like to blend it with the boat motor like this. I'll show you. There we go. It's regular like chicken soup for right now. But once I give it a whir, see how noisy it is? Nobody wants to hear all that. So I'm going to whir this off camera and then come back and show you what I do with the liquid, the soup. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. I'm all set up for the next process. Now, first off, I want to show you the dog food, and I want to explain that if you're going to be so inclined to do this on your end, you could do it this way and add in chunks of chicken, canned chicken, any of that. Now, I deliberately left this bone, there's a bone, try to focus, left this bone whole to be able to show you that in my fingers, it can be easily crumbled. The dog will not get the shards stuck in her throat. Easily crumbled, it's safe, and believe it or not, a lot of dog food is made with bone meal. Look at your bag. I'd rather not give Ladybug processed food because we've had dogs die from cancer, from processing, from junk that's put into dog food. So when people ask me, why do I buy my dog expensive burgers from QVC and butcher box salmon patties, and why do I go through the hassle of feeding her homemade dog food? Because I want her around longer, 4 years, 6 years, 12 years. Our last German Shepherd, how old was Bob, Jack? 13?
13.
She was 13. Our first German Shepherd, she was 13 years old. So she was the one that liked the raw diet and the more wild diet. It was hip dysplasia that took her out. So this is what I'm going to feed Ladybug. But let's get talking about what I feed people. I don't want to go through all 3 flavors because I want to keep this timely. This is what the bone broth looks like after I whir it around with the boat motor. See? It's very creamy consistency. It makes it extremely gelatinous. I make 3 flavors, hence the 3 colors. Red, spicy, usually taco. Orange, Redmond's seasoned salt with the seasoning. And plain, just plain. So I take a 1 teaspoon, human teaspoon, to 1 pint, 16 ounces, and I mix it. Now the color is going to change, obviously. It's a little bit redder than it is. This is more yellow, distinguishable in the freezer, but I leave these, sorry about that, I leave these in the freezer. There it is. My other jar that I use for processing, that's in the refrigerator. I fill up these silicone to about 3/4 of the way full, because if I filled it all the way, it's going to expand in the freezer. That's just how it is with expansion in the freezer. So that's what I do for the Mexican dishes that I make. All I do is take one of these out of the freezer, pop it out, put it in with the meat. It's already flavored. If I have a dish like I'm doing next, then I'm going to cook in the Instant Pot. You have to add, typically, a cup of water in an Instant Pot to cook. I pop 4 of these in the bottom of an Instant Pot. Do whatever meat I desire to cook, as long as the flavor of the bone broth complements the meat. And this will be plain. And this will be the Redmond's seasoned salt. So there you go. There you have it. That's how I make bone broth for individual recipes, depending on what we're liking, what we're eating. Am I going to do an Alfredo, for example? That's simple. That's going to be a plain one. It'll come out like Jell-O. If I wanted to put this in the refrigerator and flip it out, it's going to look just like a little Jell-O. It's just so cute, and it's so delicious, good, and good for us. That's what's keeping us alive, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Very wise. Even my ladybug. So I hope you enjoyed this little bone broth tip that I use. Hope you like it, use it, like, subscribe, do all the things, share if you want. Take care and have a pleasant rest of your day. Cheers. Now this is what I'm serving Ladybug, so if you caught my bone broth video, I take the bone broth solids, put that on the bottom of her plate, take her can of grain-free Freedom, the chicken recipe, and put that on top. And of course, as a little cookie crunch, if you will, I sprinkle it with her crunchy chicken that she loves. Let's go. Hey friends, it's time that I store the frozen bone broth. 3 different bone broths that I put into the silicone cups. So, this is one way that I do it. I just put them all in one container. The red one, again, sticking with the red. I just took this out of the freezer. Sticking with the red. Wow. Solid as a rock. Put that in the freezer like this. I know this is for tacos, that it's spicy. Plain ones, very simple. Take my plain ones out. Pop them in here. Wow. Totally frozen. Pop them in. If I just put them in the one container, I will know that it's all for the plain bone broth by putting the one in there and the other 2. And then the lid. Same with the ones that have the Redmond's real salt. That one I'll put over in there with an orange so that I know it's the Redmond's real salt, and store them in my freezer that way. I'm not using up plastic bags and screwing up with the environment. For those of you that are concerned about the environment, I'm using the glass. It has the beautiful silicone seal, and that's how I keep them in my freezer. When I need it, I just pop one out, throw it in whatever I'm cooking. Super easy, super simple. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers. Hey, I'm back. One of my neighbors saw the video that I did yesterday and asked if I had any more bone broth left over, that she was starting to come down with a little bit of a sore throat. I said, sure, come on over. So she just left. Her question to me was, why is my bone broth so yellow? And first and foremost, in my opinion, I believe it's because I use organic chickens. That's my opinion. I also, because I blend it and I whir it very thoroughly to get more unified, homogeneous state of my bone broth. It's still like jelly. If you can see here, it's like Jell-O. It's got very little fat cap, but remember, I don't mind fat. Fat does not make you fat. I like the richness. High fat, carnivore. That's what I prefer. So this fits within my carnivore macros that I set for myself. So to answer the question, when you whip it, you will engage all the fats in with the bone broth and therefore make it look very, very rich like this color. And you'll have very little fat on the top that if you wanted to, you can skim it off. But it's homogenized, for lack of a better word, in the bone broth in the jar. So that's why it looks like this. So that's my friendly tip. I hope you can use it, and I hope you can make your own bone broth soon. Thanks for watching again. Take care, everybody. Cheers.